Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. Today we're in Astoria, Queens. This is a particularly horrible event that happened. We're talking about the murder of Fdny paramedics Lieutenant Allison Russo Elling. Very recently happened. As recent as today is Sunday, it happened on Thursday. So there's still a memorial up. It's a totally random, senseless murder that was actually captured on security footage. I'm going to give you all the details of everything that went on that day, and hopefully you get a little more info than you've been getting from regular news. So let's flip this around and get into it. So the spots that we're going to be going to in this video are the EMS station that she worked at, then right around the corner, the site of the murder, and then just down the block, the apartment that the killer barricaded himself in and had to be pulled out of. So, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mooneydashcam. I post in there very often. If I do decide to post the video of the murder, it will be on the Instagram, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. So, check out to see what I decided. Don't forget to leave suggestions for future videos in the comments. I very much appreciate that. Also, hit the notification bell so you guys can see exactly when I post a new video. Okay, let's get into this. Like I said, we are talking about Lieutenant Allison Russo Elling of the Fdny paramedics, 61 years old. She's a first responder. She worked for the city for 25 years. Pretty soon, within the next year, she was able to retire. She worked as a volunteer for 30 years for the Huntington Community First Aid Squad, another ambulance squad in her town. She is a mother and a grandmother. She loved her job very much, from what people say and how people talk about her. She seemed like a great person. Everybody has nothing but good things to say about her. It's really a horrible situation that this happened. She was also a 9/11 first responder to the World Trade Center. So she was there getting that done with everybody else. Now, a man by the name of Peter Zisopoulos, I believe that's pronounced correctly, very Greek name. He is 34 years old. He was always seen walking around the neighborhood, not talking to anyone, and didn't really respond if he was spoken to. Some people classified him as just the guy that walked around. Other people interviewed said, I always thought he was crazy, but nobody really thought he was a violent guy. He would walk around without a phone, without headphones in. He would just walk. That's kind of what he was known for, just walking around the neighborhood. He was living at 19-80 41st Street with his parents and sisters. Four years ago, police responded to a call to his house, and his mother told the police that he is on schizophrenia medication. So he did have a history of mental illness, and that's not really a mild mental illness. Schizophrenia can be serious if not treated, and a lot of the times in these situations it's a medication problem. Maybe he got off his medicine. We don't know the full story, of course. I'm not going to get out here. See that that's called, I just learned this, that's called bunting up there, that black and purple stuff above the door there, and then you can see there's a memorial with all of the flowers and stuff. Maybe I'll just roll the window down so you guys can see. So that is where she worked, and in real time you get to see how close this incident was to where she spent most of her days. We are now heading to 40-19 20th Avenue. She was going to get lunch Thursday, September 29th, 2022. As I said earlier, today as I'm filming this, it's October 2nd. So this happened very, very recently. She just got out of her vehicle around the block from where she worked to get lunch. I don't know exactly where she got lunch over here, but she ended up standing on this corner right here. If anyone comes up, I don't want to disturb anybody. But no one seems to be here, so I'll hop out. So I hate doing these videos so close to when the incident actually happened, because you never know if, you know, some of the family's going to be here. I wouldn't want to disturb anyone mourning a loved one passing in such a tragic way. But the security footage, I would assume, is from that camera. So right from here at 2:15, you see she's standing right at the corner. It's from above more. I'm going to try and get the exact footage you could see. So just about that angle, she's standing here at the corner when Peter comes. She's actually facing him, but caught very off guard because she doesn't expect what's about to happen. She gets knocked down to just about right here, I would say, maybe where that little purple piece of something is, and stabbed. I counted 24 times in a very, very short amount of time. So it seems like in the video, he comes from over here, hits her on this corner, knocks her down, and just about right there, it all goes down, which, as you know, is horrible. Now, what you could see in the video... Hey, how are you?
Morning, right?
What's up?
Morning, right?
Yes, I am.
Fan your page.
What's up? Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm doing one right now on this. You know, I figured it just happened. I'm right in the area.
She's one of us, so.
It's terrible. Yeah, I'm being as respectful as I possibly can. You know, definitely.
I know what you do, and you do the right thing. So.
Thank you. I try. Have a good.
You can't comment on it?
I wouldn't even ask you to. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it too. Thank you. So, right over here it happened. Like I was saying in the video, you could see a moped come around this turn and shoots down this way, sees what's going on, realizes he can't help, and goes down this way. And then apparently a second witness sees as well and maybe tries to interfere, and the guy Peter runs after him with the knife, screaming, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you." And then he runs down this way, I believe, to 41st. Let's get back in the truck and finish up this story. So I didn't even realize, oh, don't forget, say hi to the truck. You're not gonna get an outfit check in this video. It does not seem right, given the circumstances of what went on. But I just realized I did not have to get back in the truck. One of my subscribers actually sent me a video. He was here at the time. His @ is S_Cobarz, COBARZ on Instagram. Sends me a video he took himself. This is the apartment that Peter lived in. I just checked his footage and realized that's what was going on. So, I'll show you exactly where he was recording from. So he sees, I guess one of the witnesses see him go back up to his apartment on the top floor there. And he barricades himself in the 3rd story. And just from about back here, my guy on Instagram sent me his own video. Now, this is just about the scene that he saw of hostage negotiators and the emergency service unit getting into this apartment. I don't know exactly how they got in, but you'll see in the video, there's like a guy's hanging a camera down here to that window. There's people all in the back of this place on the fire escape on top of that building. Over here.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Some niggas using a camera with a stick to look in the window. kick that shit in. Kick the windows in. Like a fucking 1,000 cops here.
Very crazy situation. Now, the emergency service unit are some of the most trained, some of the most well-trained people in the NYPD, and they were the ones that were called for the situation, understandably so. Wow, I did not realize that where the murder happened is right below his apartment. That is crazy. Okay. As police took him across the street, he had no emotion on his face. Peter had no prior arrests and no connection to the victim. Totally random, senseless situation. Back in the truck to finish this off for real now. So I hope you guys understand not getting an outfit check in this video. I think it's pretty reasonable for me to not do that. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but he was charged with second-degree murder and fourth-degree criminal possession of a weapon. Any big updates of the situation come about, I will update you, but I'm pretty sure it's going to go very normally, unless he gets off on one of these insanity cases and doesn't really get charged or anything like that, which would be horrible. I don't know if you guys saw, you obviously did see, that guy bumped into me. He knew of the situation and he said she's one of us, so I assume maybe he was a paramedic, EMS, something like that. Very respectful guy, very nice. I love meeting you guys out on the street. It doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it means a lot. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Not the right one to say this for. Hope you found it informative or interesting in some sense. These kind of situations are terrible because they feel very unavoidable. It's a mental health crisis, and clearly we've had a lot of mental health issues going on in this country recently, and there doesn't seem to be a very clear solution. So stuff like this is a result, one of the many horrible results of the mental health crisis that we clearly aren't dealing with correctly. And I'm not saying I'm the one that has the answers, but something else has to be done than whatever's being done now. See you guys in the next one.